Wow. Hear me roar. I love it. I don't know. You're kind of one-upping Trevor on the music here.
Yes.
Just keeps getting better and better.
Yep. Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldridge Show. I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
I am Casey Thrash with Stockwell and Eldridge of Remax Results.
And Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo. Yeah, just the ladies today. Jason is out sick today. So as you heard, we are women, hear us roar.
And some of us have the sniffles, however, we are women, so we are here.
Right. We can take it.
Yes.
I can take it. Yeah.
That's right.
So we were talking earlier about the renovation, and you were saying Dawn and Edina, a lot of teardowns, and it actually is really become a more and more popular program, the 203K renovation. And we're also seeing a lot on refinances. So people that they live in Edina and they like it, they love the neighborhood, the schools, and everything like that, but their house was built in the 50s, so they need updates. Or we'll see people that buy a house and they're like, oh, we love this location, but we have to have 3 bedrooms, or we need handicap accessible, or we need, a mother-in-law's quarters, whatever it is. We can do all of those things. On our, I just have some of our data here. You can do a low down payment, starting at 3.5% on a renovation loan. That's all you need is a 3.5% down payment. You can cover all the costs. You can cover the home purchase price plus all the costs of the needed repairs, upgrades, and renovations. All that is put into your loan. So if you want to do it, you don't have to, some people say, well, maybe I should take out a home equity loan, which we do offer, but you can get all of those finance right into the loan when you do the renovation. And it's one application, one closing, one mortgage payment. So unlike, if you were to do a renovation home equity line, then you got a first mortgage and you got a second mortgage. The 203K is all lumped into one. So it's really a great option. If you have any questions, I'd love to we have renovation specialists, and that is all that they do. They don't do any of the other types of loans or refinances or home equities. They strictly do a 203K loan. So they are excellent. Nate and Dale are the 2 guys on my team. They're well versed in it, and they'd be glad to just, have a conversation with you about it.
Well, and so with the renovation loan through Wells Fargo, because there are other lenders that I've heard or worked with them or had buyers who work with them, and they have to find their own contractor. Does Wells Fargo have recommendations for contractors? Do you have to go out and find someone yourself? Can you do any of the work yourself?
Yeah, those are all really great questions. We cannot tell you what contractor to use. We can certainly offer recommendations, and we would always offer several options for you. But yeah, it's ultimately, we don't, kind of get into that. But we definitely know people that we've got list of contractors that are approved through FHA, which they have to be. You can do the work yourself, but you have to be licensed, and there's a lot of guidelines around that.
Because there's a lot of people out there that go, well, I'm handy. I could do this. I could do that. Just give me the money to do it.
Right.
Or they're the opposite, where they might be a little bit more scared of renovating a house. That's why so many people these days go, oh, I want something move-in ready. I don't want to do anything. I'm not handy. I don't trust contractors, or, I don't know if I'd be able to find someone who I would trust.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that's a great resource to be able to say, all right, these are the people you can use.
Right.
We might recommend these people. We've used them.
Yeah. And there's, we've had contractors call us and say, geez, I'd love to be able to get on that approved list and so forth. And so that's where even to our renovation specialists, could absolutely help that contractor out with it. But yeah, I think you bring up a good point. Wells Fargo, I shouldn't say selective or whatever, but, we have a lot of standards and requirements and so forth. And so so does the government, FHA.
So that's an FHA contractor list, not a Wells Fargo list?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yep. We don't have contractors. We don't hire them. The customer does.
Yep.
And then they have to be approved. There's conventional renovation as well. You don't have to go FHA, but they all do have to be approved. And that's documentation that the Wells Fargo underwriter will look at to make sure that contractor does have a license, does have an insurance and so forth, because we want to protect our consumer as well as protect ourselves. We want to make sure that the work that is getting done is done correctly. But yeah, it shouldn't be anything anybody's afraid of. And again, we kind of, will help you walk you through the process, explain how it works. And again, if you do want to do the work yourselves, we have home equity lines of credit too as well. If you got a great rate on your first mortgage and you just need, $20,000 to spruce up that bathroom, you can go to Menards or Home Depot and get your countertops or your new toilet covers or light fixtures and all that kind of stuff. We can certainly do home equity lines for that as well.
And that would be perfect for a seller that wants to get their house ready to sell. They have equity in the house,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have the cash to put into it. So then they
Right.
could call Wells Fargo
Yeah,
and get a home
absolutely.
equity line.
Sure,
And,
give me the home equities. We can do those very quickly, and then that just gets paid off when you sell your home.
Yeah.
And we even actually just encourage a lot of people when they go through a refinance now, is to set up a home equity line of credit. So you just have that money available for you. So maybe okay, we just moved, we just refinanced, whatever, but the kids are going to college next fall. Okay, so we might need some money for that, or we know in the spring we're going to want to put on a new roof or do the new siding or whatever it is. Yeah, get those finances available now, and so that's ready for you at the swipe of a card when you're ready to access it.
how long does a home line of credit or a home equity line of credit normally stay open? Like, do they have to use it within 6 months or a year? Or
No, we set them up on a 30-year amortization. So they can, usually most people will set up a line of credit for whatever amount they qualify for, then they can take it as needed. So some
Wow.
people might say, the furnace broke down, so we just need $500. But we know that now, if we're going to take this money out, we're going to buy a furnace in the fall, or furnace in the spring, or do the new roof. So they can just access that line of credit whenever they want. But there's all different terms and so forth. But we can stretch them out as long as 30 years. So.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I know we were talking earlier, and in Casey, I was looking at your scarf too. I'm thinking, it is festive, holiday-ish.
This is, I went to go get my nails done yesterday, and this is totally a women's topic. The
Well,
ladies
I think
take
we do
over.
have women listening to
It's
the show.
true.
so-
No, I know. It's not real estate related though. But we're gonna talk about the holidays and selling your house during the holidays and everything, and purchasing during the holidays. But I went to go get my nails done yesterday, and I was like, it's December. I'm gonna get red. I'm gonna be festive. Every woman around me goes, oh, I'm going to do this red. Oh, I'm going to do this red with the sparkly. Every single woman who walked in, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to be a little different. I'm going to go with green. That sounds good. I was like, I'll wait for red for a little bit. Like, I know you have the red on, and I love the red.
It's my staple.
Yeah, but and I love red, but I was like, everyone's going to have red. You got to do something
Do a little different. Yeah, and some people do that. Yeah, I've been wearing red nail polish. I wear it I wear it 12 months out of the year because I usually wear red lipstick. So.
See, then that's your staple.
My nails
that's
to match my lipstick.
That's normal, yeah. But yes,
So
anyway,
speaking of the holidays,
the
and
holidays.
selling your house, and what do you got for us, Dawn or Casey?
All right, so we have some info here for 10 reasons you can sell your home during the holidays without hassle. So the two biggest objections to listing during the holidays that homeowners feel are holiday listings are a hassle and holiday listings are unproductive. Well, guess what? During the holiday season, there's a large growth of international buyers that come into Minneapolis. Why they bring them in the winter, I'm not sure. Maybe it's to make sure that they would really stay here during the winter.
Does it talk about that? Why it's a
It says the number of home buyers from foreign nations has increased dramatically as the real estate market in the United States has improved over the past few years. These buyers don't observe the same calendar of events as most Americans, and we've seen significant...
they don't have Thanksgiving, so
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do have a Thanksgiving, I suppose, but
Yep. And there's significant upticks in buyer showings and home sales around the holiday periods that traditionally were unofficial vacation periods for the real estate industry.
Well, and it might be less expensive to travel here during the winter, things like that, too.
It's probably less expensive in Minnesota, especially.
Right, exactly. That's what, you know what I mean? Like, you come here, it's not like, oh, it's a destination where you go and, ticket prices are going to be high or anything. I mean, if you're traveling internationally to purchase a house, that might not matter to you. However, you know what I mean? That it brings in just a bevy of different and companies too. They might be looking at their next fiscal year where they go, we're going to be hiring for the next year. This is how much, putting job offers out, things like that. So we might see that influx of people coming in to search for places. I have a friend who actually just went the opposite direction. He moved to Chicago. And he moved, just a couple weeks ago. Typically it would be really cold and wintry and snow on the ground and everything. But that's, he made that change.
And I know they talk about the holiday times being so busy, and maybe it's because, I'm single, I don't have kids and all this extra school activities, but I have, nieces and nephews, I get involved in their stuff. But I just think in general, life is busy. I mean,
Yes.
whether it's the holidays or not, people are still really busy. So that's why I think, if we want to say a great time to buy a house during the holidays, that would be my first thing is I think it'd be a great time.
Yeah.
Because your house is decorated, the Christmas tree, the lights, the warmth.
Yep.
And I think most people, for the most part, are pretty happy.
Yep.
It's jolly. Let's, things, kids and, it's just a fun time of year and so forth. So I think, too, probably people could be maybe in, better moods, and what way to start out the new year with a new house or moving and get ready and all those things and celebrating. So what we were on number 3, was it?
No,
or what was
number 2.
Number
So-
2. Oh,
We didn't make it very
well,
far.
we don't make it very far, do we? Imagine that.
We're going to have to do this in 2 segments.
We already talked about the first and on the second. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. We'll keep going.
Okay. American homeowner mobility continues to increase. So Americans are far more mobile in their lifestyles than they used to be. And occupations change at a higher rate, and companies relocate more often, which is what we just talked about.
You're so smart, Casey.
Yep.
I didn't read the article beforehand or anything.
Cheater. Anyways, seller competition is also lighter during the holidays. While these new crops of international mobile American homebuyers are searching for homes at odd times of the year, home sellers are often still reluctant to list their homes during the holidays. This creates a shortage of inventory, which we saw with the market.
Well, and one thing with that too is that you said there's a lot of homes being sold off market.
Yes.
So even if you are not ready to put your home on the market, contact an agent, contact Jason and Dawn, let them know that you are thinking about selling, because we have a network and a lot of people of potential buyers, agents, people who are looking for a home, and it might be right for you, and maybe they don't want to move for 3 or 4 months, and that's perfect because you don't either.
Well, it
Yeah.
is. And I think we talk about it so much, being proactive. I mean, I guess a little bit off topic, I talk with my team. I mean, 2017 is right around the corner. Now is the time to start planning. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have questions on the renovation loan, call Stephanie Havel at Wells Fargo, 612-940-7335.
And if you have any questions regarding real estate, you can reach Jason and Don at 651-400-0773. This is the Stockwell and Eldridge Show. We will be right back.